Hi everyone, this is the President of Barbeque. Welcome back to the kitchen here in the presidential enclaves of our house. So come on over. We're making a very, very great dish today. We're making something called toasted almond chicken. This recipe was requested by my cousin, Lana Sue Merrow, and she asked me to put it on a video so I can get it out for you guys to take a try. It is extremely simple to make. You just need a few ingredients and a little bit of time and you can get this done. So, the first thing you do is you get yourself 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts and cut them in half. Now what you can do is you can pound them out with a mallet. Seems like a lot of work when I can cut them in half and get to about the same thing. And what I first do is put salt and pepper liberally on these pieces of chicken. And then what I'm doing is I'm simply pan frying them in some butter. Now you notice all those grits and stuff down in the bottom that's starting to build just on the first batch? You will need that sometime during this recipe. So come on back in a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and finish off browning off the chicken. Once I get that done, you'll come back and see how to make the actual sauce to go on top of it. Okay, so I've cooked off all the chicken. If you look over here, just pan fried. And I should point out to you that you get your chicken always up to 165 degrees. Do not cook something in less than 165. You will probably kill your guest. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make the sauce for this, and we'll cut the stove back on. And what I've got here is 3 cups of heavy whipping cream. Now I know you're saying that's not very good for you, Mr. President, and it's not. And then when you couple it, what I just have, I left everything in the pan. I didn't do anything with it. So what we're going to do is pour this in there. And listen, look at all that lovely stuff just floating there on top. So let me show you what we're going to do first. We're going to put a spatula in the pan and scrape up all that stuff on the bottom. You can feel it coming up when you're doing it. If you use a cast iron skillet, you'll really feel it. But I'm using a non-stick tonight. It's the first one I got. Okay, so once I've gotten all the good stuff off the bottom, what I'm going to do is add 2 ingredients to this. The first thing is sweet orange marmalade. What I've got here is about 4 tablespoons. I'm simply going to put that in there. The second ingredient I'm going to put in there is 2 tablespoons of a Dijon mustard, a spicy mustard. It's 2 for 1. Two orange marmalades to every 1 of the Dijon mustard. And you put that in there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is smash that stuff down into the mixture. And you can see I'm just smashing it around, and you'll see it'll break down in a second, and you'll actually see orange peels floating around in there. So what I'm going to do now, and you can start to see that as it gets warm, it starts to break down that butter stuff that was in the bottom of the pan from cooking the chicken. Okay, I'm going to get this up to a boil, and then we'll come back on what the last steps of this are. Okay, so now we've got the sauce up to temperature. Come over here and take a look at it. The last thing I'll do is just put a little bit of red pepper in it. You can put as much of that as you want to in it. It will spice it up quite a bit. Stir that all around. And then the last thing I do is put the chicken back in the pan with the sauce. You can see I actually drained my chicken breast and got some of the grease off of it. Just simply put that back in there. No rhyme or reason to it, just get it in there where you can. Try to get it somewhat covered. And right before we went on air, I actually toasted some almonds. So simply just sprinkle those on the mixture. No rhyme or reason to it. And then the final step is I also made a Gouda, a smoked Gouda mac and cheese tonight to go with this. So This is your almond chicken. And it's a great dish. And you can see it's very simple to make and your family will love it. Come on back for more recipes and more demonstrations on how to cook. If there's anything you would like the president to try to get to a certain level, send me a message on my YouTube post and I will definitely give it a shot and maybe even post the video. This is Rob Crowder, the President of Barbecue.